What is up, everyone? We are back with another RWT podcast with your boy Kevin and JP, and this is a big one, folks. Huge episode for you guys today. JP, take it away, brother. Take it away.
We are on the final days to the road to Wrestle Mania, and it's been quite the road. Like
Final road, bro.
the final leg of this. Given that this is pretty much has this been like one of the WrestleManias you followed as closely as you have in all of your wrestling fandom?
Probably a very long ever since like the Austin Rock days. You know, to be honest, like this is the closest I've really watched everything. Like I've watched Raw, I've watched SmackDown, I've watched recaps and stuff like that. It's been quite the 2 months, I'd say. You know, so.
I think it's been a little bit longer. It's been at least.
Well, when was Raw? When was Raw? When we went to Raw?
That was February. But
I mean,
all this has been.
I mean, I've probably been watching since December. You know, I think that was right around the time that we got wheeled back into it. So it's good. It's been great. It's been great TV. Like I'm not gonna lie. So it's been really good.
Anything from the last couple shows, or even from this last two shows you want to
I mean,
Smack.
Let's talk about Friday SmackDown. Okay. Last week was huge. You know, the whole Cody Rhodes bleeding from The Rock, the final boss. You know, I thought there would be a lot of follow up on that next SmackDown, but surprisingly, not much, because they were setting stuff up for WrestleMania. So yeah. Decent show. Decent show.
Yeah. The SmackDown. Yeah, I think the beginning of after the Rumble, they gave a lot more attention to SmackDown, but then these last couple Raws, they started to amp the participation of the Bloodline and Cody and Seth a bit more. So like it was a good balance. I'm surprised they didn't just save it all for SmackDown. But
when was it SmackDown when Paul Heyman announced that it was under Rock was under Bloodline like order to take out Cody Rhodes that night? Or was that because I remember they were saying that it was a direct order from Roman Reigns to Rock to go attack Cody Rhodes, and it seemed like on Raw that they kind of retconned it, and like Roman Reigns was kind of like, you know, you did something for me, or like he kind of it didn't feel like it was an order. It was more like you did something for the family, more like, you know what I mean? It wasn't an order, so it was just kind of I don't know. I'm maybe I'm getting too technical, but
no, you're getting very you're catching on the continuity of things, but they'll always
I'm just in too deep, baby.
You're definitely in too deep, but now they'll fix it in the video packages, so it won't be an issue down the line. But yeah, it was probably SmackDown.
I think
did all that, but
I think SmackDown, the biggest thing from that show was what's her name? Jade Cahill?
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill, like she had a huge pop at the end of the show, and it kind of she displayed a lot of her she displayed a lot of power, and it was like I was like, wow. I understand the hype now of her, because that was crazy.
No, I'm definitely. I think it's the right time for her. The way they debuted her. I think she's been around since Survivor Series last November, but they gave her time to kind of ease into this the WWE style of wrestling and just TV in general. So I think she's gonna have a good showing at Mania, but we'll get into that.
Wasn't she?
Our prediction.
Didn't she come out? She came out at Royal Rumble, didn't she? At the Royal Rumble.
That was her first official match. But,
okay.
They announced that they signed her back in November.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit before that. Some promo packages.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah.
What else happened on that SmackDown? I think the LWO.
Rey Mysterio
stuff. Was that the week before?
Is that when Dom interfered? I feel like that was
they had he interfered, and then the dude wanted to thank Dom, so Dom came out,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah.
came out,
They
and
had
then
a
they had to like, we're gonna fight at WrestleMania, and I get to
yeah, yeah.
pick my partner, and I was like, ooh, who are they gonna pick? Like, I was generally didn't know who he was gonna pick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was kind of obvious it was gonna be Dragon Lee.
and then they said Dragon Lee, and I was like, who? I was like, I haven't been following. Like,
No,
who?
he Dragon Lee's up and come. Like no, well, he's been great in the Mexico
Oh, okay.
promotions, and he's been in NXT for maybe the last year or two. So
Mm.
he and Rey Mysterio is touting him as the future of Lucha Libre, but he's also said that
Ah.
about Santos Escobar. So I think he's just sowing the seeds
Mm.
for
Just
when his
building,
time. Like
yeah.
yeah, and then in all honesty, his son Dominic, regard how big of a
Oh,
butt he is, he all three of those guys could have a stake to the future of Lucha
luchador.
Libre in honoring of Rey Mysterio. But let's see the Rock. Let before we dive into the matches,
Mm.
like how have we felt about the Rock on this road to WrestleMania,
Oh,
or just
dude,
him being back? Like
it's definitely given. Like he says, he's. I don't want to say that he made pro wrestling cool again to watch again,
mm,
but his interactions with the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes,
mm,
he's the perfect villain for this age. Like this
yeah,
age, like back then we had Vince McMahon as like the big bad, and Triple H is like this guy that like everyone hated and was like always
yeah.
winning, and now it's like, well, I'm the final boss, and it's just like it's perfect. This guy's always been the hero of the story, and now he's you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So
Nah, not definitely, and
it's great.
I can't even say that any better than myself. Better myself. It's yeah, like as close to Attitude Era Rock, heel Attitude Era Rock that we're ever gonna get again.
Mm-hmm.
We'll we'll see what happens after Mania, but I think this is some of his best work
Best work, I say.
in all of his career,
Hmm.
like for The Rock. Um,
I'm yeah.
uh,
In terms of promos and everything he's done, it's been top notch,
yeah,
100%. Like wrestling wise, I don't know yet. That's like we'll talk about when we come up,
yeah,
but we'll see. That's to be said. You know what I mean? So
true.
we'll see.
Yeah, no, but the the WWE fans of the last decade or two, they've always complained about part timers and not,
Hmm.
um, you know, really being part of the product. But the way The Rock has done it for this stretch into WrestleMania is the right way to do it. Like he is the main attraction, he is the final boss, but you have to make it feel that special.
Hmm.
And like you're not gonna give away if you're not gonna wrestle, then you better make them have to follow and pay attention
Hmm.
and get to that match that you've been dangling the carrot in front of
Right.
everybody for. And what everything The Rock has done thus far with Bloodline and Cody and Seth,
Hmm.
even like he's has made the most of this short amount of time of just being back in the
Right.
product.
Yeah.
So
And
hopefully this is the new standard.
every
Hmm.
every promo he's done has been really good. Like it's like the price of the ticket. It's worth seeing in person. So
Yeah.
it's been so good. Like there's nothing else I
And
can say about it.
yeah, and like it's like your favorite band.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how many shows, how many opportunities you're gonna get when they're in the ring or at these events. So we gotta soak it up as much as we can.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
with that said, let's go ahead and get into our predictions for both nights of WrestleMania. The Bleacher Report posted something, a tentative card for each night, but I'm
Hmm.
not. Everything's subjective to change, so I'm just gonna go off the list that they got.
All
So
right, let's do it. Where we
first
starting
up,
off?
our predictions for Rey Mysterio. Speaking of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Who do you got?
You know what? I'm just gonna start off by saying like I don't know too much about Santos Escobar. I don't know what his
Mhm.
storyline is and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um,
Would you like a brief recap?
how? Yeah, give me a brief recap.
So
90 seconds.
basically, like I was saying, Rey Mysterio touts Dragon Lee as the future Lucha Libre. So he did the same thing with Santos Escobar,
Hmm.
but they were all part of the LWO. But then Ray won the U.S. title, and it should have been Santos, but he got injured, and then
Mm,
the typical jealousy and bitterness. So Santos turned on him, and then
okay.
started his own group against Ray, and that's kind of where we're at right now, because of that little chip on Santos's shoulder of
Okay.
Ray taking the spotlight from him and not giving him
So you
the
don't.
opportunities.
So
Mhm.
luchadors, you don't have to wear a mask to be a luchador. Is that what I'm getting from this?
No, no, it I don't want to speak too much on that. It's yeah, I'm not sure about that cultural wrestling significance of when you no longer have the mask. Like once you remove the mask, I think for a lot of luchadors they no longer wear it. But then
Hmm.
I'm kind of assuming because it's a WWE style of wrestling.
So like
Um,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Because how many times has Rey
He did
Mysterio
have
been unmasked? You know what I mean?
a couple times, but not in WWE. They've protected it fairly well. Like if Ray's mask was taken off, he would cover up, and
Yeah,
he never put that mask on the line. Yeah,
because I remember watching WCW. The first time he got
yeah,
unmasked on WCW, that
yeah,
like
yeah,
as a
yeah,
kid, that blew my mind. I was like, "Oh
yeah.
my god!" Like, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's hideous." I'm like, "No, he's not." Like, what the hell? But yeah,
No,
that's just. I was just wondering. But if I'm gonna pick here, I'm gonna pick Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, only
mm,
because I feel like Dominic taking this fight is
mm,
gonna fracture Judgment Day or be part of it.
mm.
I think it's gonna
Yeah, no,
it's gonna be a problem. That's the only reason
no. I
why.
was getting that. Got it. I was getting that vibe too.
Hmm.
That there may be another faction on the rise with Santos, Dominic, and Andrade, but we'll see. We'll see what happens after Mania. What
And
everything
I also,
transpires.
yeah. So, well, I'll keep this on for when we talk about the other matches. But that's why
Mhm.
I'm taking Ray and Red Dragon Lee in this match for sure.
Um, I think I'm gonna go Dominic.
Okay.
Just cause I think they're gonna do Ray and Dom again at next
Mm,
year's Mania, or
really?
they're because they've been kept apart fairly well. Now Dom is inserting himself again, and Ray got his Ray got his again against Dom. So I think this is Dominic being able to get his win
Okay.
against his dad. So
I see that.
this is gonna be this is a lot longer. This is a long game for Ray and Dom. They've been
Mm.
separated, and now they're gonna start butting heads a little bit more
Ah.
down the line. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
where I'm thinking. Okay.
I like that.
Next up, just announced last week, Bianca Belair, the 3-on-3 tag team match against Damage Control, and Bianca
Ah.
Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill. Cargill, like, who you got?
This is gonna be huge. I I think they get the revenge. I think Bianca Belair
Mhm.
gets her revenge on Damage Control. Even though this
Yeah.
story has kind of changed, I thought this was a clear Bailey versus Damage Control like feud.
Mhm.
It kind of
Yeah.
shifted a little bit, and that will also lead to other things. But I will just take the team of Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill for sure.
Nah, agreed. I completely agree. One, it's Jade's debut match, and
Yeah.
two, I think they're also giving Bianca a streak. They're starting a
Mm.
streak for her
At
at
Mania?
Mania. So
Oh,
I
she's
don't
she's never
see
lost at Mania.
yeah, not yet.
How many Manias she's been
She's
in?
just
Like
I think three
three?
so
Okay.
far.
All
So
right.
it's still early, but I think for anybody to kind of give that taker taker opportunity, Bianca's a
At
good
least in the
candidate, especially in the
female
women's
side, huh?
division.
Yeah, women's side.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I like it.
yeah. No disagreement there. Um, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna say this one for towards the end of night one.
Okay.
Um, Jimmy versus Jay. Brother versus
Ooh,
brother. For the third
so
time in WrestleMania, real brothers are actually fighting each
who are the
other.
other two brothers who fought in Mania?
It was Brett versus Owen and
Mm.
Jeff versus Matt.
Okay.
So and now the Usos.
Do you know who won those matches, by the way?
Surprising. Brett or no, Owen won,
Okay.
and then I believe Matt won
Now,
in the Heelish. Mm-hmm.
are they both the older brothers?
No, no, no,
Are they both the
no,
younger brothers?
no, no, no. Owen was younger, and Matt's older.
Oh, okay. So there's
So
nothing there. There's nothing there.
no, no. So
I think.
how do you
Give me your thoughts
Mhm.
first, JP. Who's gonna win this one?
I kind of want to say Jay gets it,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, because maybe I should have probably should have saved this one towards the end of for night one. But anyways, this has effects for the main events. So
Right.
depending, I want Jay to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jay's gonna win, and I think they may cause some issues with Jimmy and the Bloodline, and like how he gets involved with night one and night two main events.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
I'm on the same boat. I like Jey Uso, like just because Yeet is too strong. You know what I mean? Jimmy Uso. I'll be honest. I haven't seen Jimmy wrestle since I've been back watching wrestling. I actually haven't seen Jimmy wrestle. I think he's always just been like in the background. I can't remember.
Not
so
too much.
actually, watching Solo wrestle on Monday was the first time I saw Solo actually wrestle. And is this true? Is the stats still true that he's 0-33 since
After Cena?
After Cena?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that true? And then Monday ended in DQ, right? There wasn't a pin.
Well, not DQ, but no contest.
No contest,
because it's bloodline rules, so like anything goes.
Okay,
so
yeah, you're right, right.
No finish.
No finish. Okay, yeah. But straight up,
yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward.
I think Jey Uso gets a W. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. Just Jay gets it because this is what they wanted, but they haven't. It's just another layer to the bloodline story, not necessarily a focus on brother versus brother type of deal. Like,
now if they were wrestling for something, if there was like some sort of belt on the line, I would say this would probably get more precedence in terms of hype. But it's just brother versus brother. Like I'm not saying it's nothing. I'm just saying it's kind of like it's whatever, because it's just they're big parts of the main storyline of the Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes, and they earned their spots in WrestleMania. But
no, definitely,
I'm not saying I'm not excited. I'm not saying I'm excited for it. It's just kind of it's just a match. You got to fill the card. Not every match can be for something. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And no, that's true. And I just think there's just so much good on this card. Any other WrestleMania, this would be like one of those matches. You better make sure you went to the bathroom beforehand, because if you missed it, you're gonna miss a good match. But there's this whole Mania card is well balanced. Like it's like there's an opportunity for everybody to steal the show.
Right.
We'll get into the rest of those. Speaking of stealing the show, the longest the Intercontinental Championship last year at in LA, like that was a good match for the triple threat. Now we got Gunther versus Sammy. Like,
so last year's was a triple match. Gunther, Chad Gable,
Sheamus. Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
And,
Okay. No. Go ahead.
No. But yeah. So, how do you like the build so far? Who do you think is gonna?
I want Sami Zayn to win 100%. I don't like Gunther.
That's who you want.
I don't like Gunther. I don't like his demeanor. I don't like his his minions. They're a little too familiar to a certain group that we know. Not feeling it. And what put me over the top was last night at Raw with Sami Zayn with Chad Gable. Their little Rocky 3 homage. It was great.
You like the vignettes?
Yeah. You know what? They're a lot better than what they used to be. You know what I mean?
I feel that's, if anything, WWE has always up their promo games. Like if you can speak about the product and storylines and direction, but they've never slumped on their graphics or their video packages. So Not the. And somebody had to do the Rocky moments.
Graphics, that's debatable. I don't care if people like
Okay.
it. I'm gonna say it. The stupid the Roman Reigns, like CGI of him yelling, like why? It's 2024, man. It looks so bad.
It, it it does, but I think it plays into the character of just how gaudy and larger than life. Above all, like it's just like
Bro, he looks like an
like
N64 sprite from like the old days, bro. It looks bad. Like Cody Rhodes having like his symbol and the other stuff, I get
yeah,
it. It just
yeah.
my biggest complaint is the Roman Reigns. It's just like, dude, it doesn't look good in my opinion. In my opinion.
Yeah, it could be done a little bit better, but yeah, I think it just adds to the character, regardless if it's cheesy or not. He's the wrestling god. He is
I
the
mean,
tribal chief. Like,
we have WWE 2K24. Like, let's use those models or something. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But yeah, who do you liking for this Intercontinental Championship?
of course, I want Sammy to win, but
What do you feel?
it doesn't feel like it. It's gonna
Mm,
for thing. The build isn't there for me. Like
mm,
it's there to have a match, but not to change the title.
okay.
And I think a part of me wants Chad to betray Sammy,
I have a feeling that it's something like that's gonna happen, where
or
Chad Gable like interferes and costs Sami Zayn a chance to win the championship, and then they probably have a huge match at SummerSlam or something like that.
yeah, or Sammy or Chad throws in the towel for Sammy because
Oh,
again not like as not again he doesn't believe he could beat Gunther, and he calls it for Sammy because Gunther's just pummeling or is
just killing him, straight killing him.
yes yeah so maybe this is Rocky, maybe
Mm.
because we'll see, but I think Gunther's gonna retain. They're gonna have to make a big deal out of it because this Gunther's reign has to make. I feel it's better off it makes a new star versus handing off to already a well established
Mm.
wrestler. Like this match will be great, no doubt. But I think Gunther's still gonna retain.
Okay, I see that. I
Yeah.
see that. Okay.
Okay. Now, let's see what else we got. Let's go Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Becky
Ooh.
Lynch.
So, but
Who you got?
this isn't for sure. Is this gonna main event night one? Oh no, I'm sorry, it's not.
No.
It's the tag
No.
Rock and all that, but it's probably the
Yeah.
biggest championship of the night, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know because like Gunther, like all the three championships potentially on this night. We have the IC title, we have the tag team titles
Mm-hmm.
in a ladder match, and we have the women's. Like they're all contenders for either opening the night. If they can't main event, one of these three titles will open for sure because
Okay.
like the stakes, the rivalry, like deserves that spotlight.
Did you say
So
steak?
stakes, mid
Oh.
stakes.
Oh.
Uh,
But yeah, okay.
yeah. So I don't know. I'm fine with any of these championships. Um, they one of these all these championships should have been a main event if there was no
Right.
Rocker
Roman.
Cody tag team match. Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's the card that we got, and it's a very good card. There's just so much good on it that it's hard to
Mhm.
give everybody the balance card that we would like. But
Mm.
but anyways, women's world title. You mommy or you man?
So, 2 months ago, we were at Raw
Mhm.
when
Yes.
Becky Lynch. This is right after. I think this is right after Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah.
So she had won. She's gonna go to Wrestle Mania to fight Rhea Ripley, and I was like, "Oh, the man is back." You know what I mean? The man's gonna retain the title. 2 months later, there's no stopping mommy. There's no stopping mommy. I do not think they're gonna like you said, another. It's like the Intercontinental Championship. They're not going to give it back to somebody who's established and she has a book already. You know what I mean? Why does she need the championship? She doesn't need a championship. It just make it better for mommy to have it longer. Cause I think she's only had it for about a year now, right? So
Yeah.
she's gonna hold on to it, you know. So that's
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking. But what do I want though? This is what I want to happen.
Yeah. What do you want to have?
I want them to have like a 20-minute fight, and then all of a sudden, Mae Young's music comes on, and then a holographic Mae Young comes in and gets body slammed, and then mommy wins. We need to get Mae Young back in here, okay?
Gosh.
My algorithm's all messed up.
Your algorithm is really messed up.
That's what I want.
I have no rebuttal to that. Like, yeah, like I think Rhea's gonna retain. I would want Becky to win for sure. But she's a better, unless they swerve us with like somebody else coming out and helping Becky, so she's heel but I think they haven't given Rhea a good the run that she deserves with the title because how entangled she is with Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she retains. Like I think it's the easy, it's the logical, it's the easy, it's the right choice to do. Again, they'll have a great match, but I think Rhea's gonna go over still because there's still more story. Like
a lot of story.
There's still more story to tell for Rhea and how she is as a champion, and she deserves that opportunity.
Yeah, I like to. I now definitely think, I definitely think Rhea's gonna win, and I think they're testing out to see how the Jade Cargill does against Damage Control, because I think that's where they should start building a storyline there, because just seeing how strong those two wrestlers are is just really like it'd be a great match, because we got to find someone who could match mommy's like skill set, like Nia Jax sucks. I have 100% turned on Nia Jax. She sucks, she's boring, and after seeing what Jade Cargill did, I would love to see them have this feud for a whole year of them just going back and forth and stuff. I think it'd be great.
I think that eventually is going to happen whenever they do the draft. I think they'll either, I think Rhea or the Judgment Day will move over to SmackDown, because you know what? Yeah, there's going to be some reshaping. That we'll get into it when we talk about the two main events. But I could see that happening. Like you speaking that Rhea needs fresh competition.
A strong competitor. Yeah, a strong competitor. Yeah. I think she's ran through that entire Raw roster already. Like I don't think Morgan Liv is anything. I don't think anyone on that roster really challenges her anymore. So she needs some better competition for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, Romeo, you guys post your predictions. Less than 69% accuracy, and JP has to buy a RWT belt. I like it.
Okay.
We'll post predictions, and we'll keep track. And if it's less than 69%, JP will be forced to buy a RWT belt, which he probably already owns, to be honest.
It's in the early stages of construction.
Is it spinner belt? Is it spinner belt?
Some parts of it is. Other parts is a transformer collapses. I haven't landed on a typical idea yet, but we'll
nice.
If anything, it's just a hardcore belt just smashed up into pieces. So, anyways, all right. So Rhea, we both agree it's Rhea. Okay, so I was gonna say if we'll put up some rules for this prediction.
Okay.
Predictions on IG, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so before getting into the tag team, well, we're gonna hold off the both main events for the end of our prediction, just because they're linked, one affects the other. But closing off for night one, the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Do you need all the teams, or do
No,
you already know who you want to win?
I know who I want to win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say for sure, A-Town Down Under. Get them out of here.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't winning shit. Okay. And if I understood the rules correctly, both titles will be up there, right?
Yes, and that's the key. That's the paying attention note that I think they're gonna do something with the titles. Like both belts have to be pulled
Yeah, you
for
have
the
to.
match to end.
Yeah, both. Like so, and with that being said, I think we're gonna have two winners, right? I think
Yes,
I think we're gonna go back to the Raw champion and the SmackDown champion, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking DIY. For some reason, I'm feeling like DIY is gonna get a belt. They're a Raw roster, right? I think Raw
Yeah.
side. So I'll give that to them. And the reason why I say this is because I think Judgment Day loses outright, and that goes part with Dominic Mysterio losing, in my theory, because I think this is gonna, like, they're all about keeping the gold, right? Having all this gold on their side. But Dominic losing, them losing the tag champions, I think it's just gonna fracture the group. I think Damian Pierce, is it Damian Pierce or is that his name?
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest.
Yeah.
I think he does his own thing with the Money in the Bank. I think he finds his does something with it, and so I'm not sure who my second winner is gonna be, but I'm gonna give one to DIY for sure.
One to DIY. Okay. Okay.
What are you feeling? What are you feeling?
DIY. Yeah, I do feel Judgment Day is not going to retain either belt. I'm going to pick for the Raw side. I'm going to go with Kofi. No. I'm going to go with R-Truth and The Miz because a little revenge on how they've been treating R-Truth. Judgment Day and R-Truth. Now, I'm going to go with the rumors that one of the teams, not Judgment Day, are not gonna compete, or they're gonna be taken out. So I'm gonna say, similar to you can't say who's gonna take the SmackDown belts. I'm gonna say there's gonna the mystery team that fills in the spot will win the titles.
Okay.
So one team is gonna not be able, like, most likely A-Town Down Under.
Okay.
Is gonna get taken out and not gonna be able to compete. So a mystery team will take their spot, and they'll be the ones who are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
So who's it gonna be?
People would love to say the Hardy Boys for another time.
They did that already.
They did that already, but it still gets a good pop.
Yeah.
I could see the Dudleys.
Ooh.
I could see the Dudleys.
No way. That'd be crazy.
That. Yeah, I could see one more because Devon's sons are wrestling.
Oh.
Or I think they're in contract. I'm not sure if they're in NXT or just in development or
interesting.
The developmental
Damn,
center.
Dudley boys.
Yeah, so it has to be a nostalgia popped team, or you know what? They've been saying The Rock has been shaping this WrestleMania as much as he can. I want to say it's Rikishi and Scotty Too Hottie. Too cool.
Whoa.
Think of that.
That'd be kind of crazy. So you're saying something at SmackDown's gonna happen this Friday? That's gonna take out
something day of at Mania will happen to one of these teams, and then the mystery team will fill in.
Okay.
And win the other
so you're saying I am gonna say New Catch Republic is gonna get taken out.
Okay.
I think they're gonna be taken out. If we're gonna take out one group, I think you could say I would definitely say they're probably the lowest of the group, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're fairly new as a tag team. Like they've been around for a while on the roster, but as a tag team, they just got put together.
I think it was it was a nice story for them to make it to WrestleMania. Now we yank it from them, and now they'll be on a revenge tour or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. That's a crazy
Okay.
theory. Rikishi and Scotty Too Hottie. That's what you just said.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna
Wow.
say that's the mystery team. Like, come on, like I'm just thinking of music that and that era, the Attitude Era fan would pop for. Like, if not the Dudleys, like the Dudleys came back,
uh
but
Here,
who you haven't seen too cool in a very long time.
that would be
So
crazy. I'm gonna give you a crackpot crazy theory. Would be sick. Give me the
do not say,
APA.
oh,
I know they're hella old,
man,
but
they're hella old.
but like I mean like just like damn, I want to hear that one time. You know, that'd be sick.
Oh, we'll hear damn for sure. Ron
Yeah.
Simmons will be around WrestleMania for sure, but I don't know if they'll throw them. I used to love the APA. Like
Yeah,
those guys were like the
they were
greatest.
great. They were great.
Like, like, but okay.
No, I
You
mean,
want APA? I'll take Too Cool.
yeah,
Okay.
you take Too Cool. I want APA to show up. That'd be sick.
Okay. So but that's
That's night
so the
one
tag teams will be split for sure.
for
They keep
sure.
on
100% split.
indicating they both have to be pulled. So
And
the
then
tag team, yeah,
and I think they'll try to do some kind of unification at SummerSlam or something like that.
yeah,
You know.
probably.
Here's a question though. I've been thinking about this the whole day. What is the percentage of titles being changed at WrestleMania versus SummerSlam? I wonder if there's a stat out
Uh,
there. Like, what happens more often? People changing titles at WrestleMania or at SummerSlam?
hmm. I'm not sure. We could find those numbers, but off the top of my head,
I want
not
to say
too
because
sure.
I don't think WrestleMania changes that often hands of titles because WrestleMania is a big ass event as itself,
Mhm.
and you don't need to change hands just to get ratings or anything like that because people are already
Yeah.
there for the spectacle
No,
itself.
no, yeah,
So I would
definitely.
think
Like,
SummerSlam would need like more, you know, more like story points, you know. So I don't know.
I want to say it's pretty even. Like, um, at least in the last decade, I think there's been for the world titles a lot more retention or
Mm-hmm.
retaining of the belts. Um, but for this Mania,
Mm-hmm.
I could see there's a good chance. I could see a good chance of all of them changing. Like
Wow.
going back to like how well of a card this is. Like, yeah, I know. Like, there's logically speaking, give Rhea a longer run,
Mm-hmm.
and Gunther. Same with Rhea and Gunther. Like, give it to somebody who should get the push or the elevation. But the contenders are credible
Mm-hmm.
to take these titles. All contenders are credible to take these titles off of all these champions. So I wouldn't mind a fresh, clean slate. It's like this is their Super Bowl. This is their season series finale, whatever,
Yeah.
however you
Yeah.
want to say it. So you give an entire new clean slate for an entire new WWE. Sure, let's do it.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the matches other than the tag team main event. We'll get into that uh as when we finish with night two. Before we even start with night two, um anything that we've mentioned, any matches we've mentioned or didn't mention yet that you feel like don't belong, like
Yeah.
is
The
should
Rey
be on
Mysterio.
SmackDown.
Rey
Really?
Mysterio. I don't think it's a strong enough like storyline to be like leading into WrestleMania. You know what I mean? It's a if I
Mhm,
had to rate their story, it's like a C story of the show. You know what I mean? It's
mhm.
not strong. It's just it's to fill the time in when we can't watch Bloodline stuff. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, those are called the bathroom break matches. Unfortunately, um, yeah,
I hate to say this
there's a
too.
lot of. Mhm.
I hate to say
Go
this.
ahead.
Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso. Like I said, it's probably gonna be a great match, but I wish there
Yeah,
was more on the line than just brother versus brother. You
just
know
a
what I mean?
grudge match.
Yeah, because in you know Friday SmackDown we have brother versus little big brother. You know, so it's like
Yeah,
so it dumbs it down
Mhm.
a little bit in my opinion. You know.
There is a chance that certain matches on these the two cards do get moved to SmackDown, but I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
which ones. But yeah, like I matches that. that pop up a week or two before, I do feel are a little unnecessary. I'm all for guys getting on the card, and it's a payday.
It's you want to be part
It's
of it.
WrestleMania. You
Yeah.
want to be part of it, yeah. But again, like similar to like you said, like I wish there was more on the line for for some of these matches, and or saved for other times
Right.
because I'm gonna keep saying it. This is a very stacked WrestleMania, and again, some do feel like fillers. Like they're all great matches. All could be showcase, steal the night on any other pay per view. But again, this is WrestleMania, and uh, I kind of want to say Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament.
Oh, that
may
is
not be-
that's a night 2 match.
yeah, that's a night 2 match that we haven't mentioned yet.
I
So.
yeah, and I agree with that too. Like it just like you said, like last minute like storylines, right? Like it just I didn't even know who these guys were. The Final Testament. I'm like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
Are they with the Judgment
No,
Day?
like
Because it sounds the same. You know what I mean?
yeah. The factions are getting a little muddy. They're very starting to get similar, but like if anything, they should have just put the Street Profits in the tag team match, and same with the Authors of Pain. Like just give them that opportunity to showcase there, and um just a one-on-one with Karrion Kross and Bobby. But
Yeah.
as a 3-on-3, again, it just feels like you're throwing everybody.
Yeah.
Just throwing it in there, but
like I said, we do need these matches. We do need these matches, though. People need to go to the bathroom.
Everything. Gosh, not. I don't want to say that or that intention, but like every match has a purpose on the card. So okay, but getting into night 2, so we'll start off with that just real quick. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits or the Final Testament?
Street Profits.
Who do you want to win?
Street Profits.
Street Profits, yeah.
They should have been in the. They should have been in the 6-pack match. They really should have. But they gave them the storyline.
That's who I want to win. I think this feud between the two groups is gonna go longer. So who wins doesn't matter. I think it's gonna boil out, and later more of a maybe Hell in a Cell. I could see like that. I would want to see these two groups go at it in Hell in a Cell would be fun. Let's see. Moving up the card, we got LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Have you been following this too much?
I have, and I want to hear who you think's gonna win this match of LA Knight and AJ Styles, the phenomenal one or whatever they call
him. I'm gonna go LA Knight. From I think this could be the best match of the night.
It's gonna be a sneaky one.
A sticky one?
A sneaky one. A sneaky good match.
Sneaky, yeah. It could. Yeah, it's gonna be the.
I actually like the build up too. Up. I like the whole thing they did with like LA Knight showing up at AJ Styles' house and the cops and the fake body cam footage. That was cool. And LA Knight hiding as a technician guy. That was good.
Yeah. That was funny. I like this. I like how much attention they gave this, especially for LA Knight. Like they should have found a way to work him into the United States Championship match. But
yeah, I was about to say,
I think a one-on-one match to showcase
how good he is.
Both of them, and how well he could work with AJ, like potentially one of the goats out there. Like it gives them a good opportunity for LA Knight to really
showcase his skills,
elevate. Yeah, showcase his
not
skills,
only that he's just good on the mic, but he's also a great wrestler.
Yeah.
So
and
I think it's pretty obvious who I'm picking, right, JP? I think it's pretty obvious, JP, that I'm going with LA Knight here, baby. This is what I ordered on Amazon. I wanted round
This is
sun.
what you ordered.
This is what I ordered so I could have this on the show because LA. I was gonna write LA on here, but no, but
Yeah.
LA Knight's gonna win this. Like it's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell me you have the vest underneath that sweater.
No, I don't. I don't have the vest,
Okay.
but yeah. And it's like he says
Okay.
yeah all the time. It's so funny.
Now I feel bad. I don't have any props for tonight.
It's all good.
No, I agree. Yeah, LA Knight. He has to. He should go over. He should. He should win the match. Let's see. All right, moving up, we got the United States Triple Threat match: Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Hate to say it. Logan Paul wins. Makes my skin boil, but he's gonna win because Randy Orton. It's the same logic. Like, who needs this win more than the other ones? And Kevin Owens and Randy Orton are legends. They're established, and this is just gonna add to Logan Paul lore. That's it, straight up. Like, it's. I hate to say it. I hate to see it, but it's probably what's gonna happen. And I think it's gonna be. I think it will be build up to LA Knight versus Logan Paul. 100%.
Okay. I'm gonna even say a worse idea. Logan Paul loses. Randy Orton pins Kevin Owens. They start a longer feud.
Okay.
Because Logan Paul will compete for a world title at SummerSlam since it's in his hometown.
Oh god, that hurts even more.
That hurts even more, but that's what I think is gonna happen. I would, and I kind of want Randy to win. I think that gives him the what is it called when you win all the belts? The Grand Slam in WWE. Like, that's the last title he needs.
Oh,
To yeah.
that's an interesting
Just to
story.
have that accolade on his notches, his legacy. So
Money in the Bank
Randy to
cash
win.
out. Romeo said, "Money in the Bank cash out incoming." I don't think so. Not for the
think
U.S. title.
No. That's
Crazy.
That's Austin Theory. Austin Theory did that.
What?
A year ago.
Really?
They had to get the briefs. This is a whole other discussion, but they had to get it off of him. There wasn't a way for him to win the title because there was only one title with Roman, and it was just he was a lose-lose situation. Like, he wasn't gonna dethrone Roman, but there wasn't a title for him, world title for him to take. So
any person who's had the Money in the Bank briefcase, have they always cashed in and won?
No.
Okay.
No.
I would have loved to see him try to take it from Roman and then get totally demolished, even at Roman at like 50%. That'd be great.
Yeah, no, he's done that plenty of time. He got when he had the title, he wrecked him every time he tried to cash it in. But yeah, it sorry, the dog just popped up here.
So in the triple threat match, you don't have to pin Logan Paul to win the match.
No. The championship does not need to be pinned to
win the title.
To win the title.
Interesting. But, I think that happened with Kurt Angle, right? Didn't he lose a title in a triple threat and he didn't even get pinned?
Yeah, WrestleMania 2000. Yeah, it was Jericho, Benoit, and Angle, I believe. Yeah, and Angle lost both the titles. Hell, WrestleMania 31. Brock didn't get pinned. Seth Rollins cashed in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So.
So you're saying you can go with Kevin Owens or Randy Orton?
I'm going Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. Okay.
Because they're setting up Logan Paul for a world title match at SummerSlam.
Okay. Ugh.
Yeah.
Goddamn. That's.
Yeah. All right.
That's tough.
Next up, we have 3-4 matches to go over. Next up, WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky versus Bailey.
So what's the difference between this one and the Mommy's Championship?
It's just Raw and SmackDown. One's Raw, one's SmackDown.
Oh, so
Yeah.
there's no
There's
Universal Women's Champion yet, is
no,
there?
no, 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 undisputed. No, no. They did world title and WWE title because the undisputed WWE Universal Championship is essentially the WWE Championship. It's all very
Technicalities, stuff like that,
convoluted. Yeah, technicalities.
just to make more belts.
And technically, the Women's World Championship is the Raw title, and the WWE Championship. No, no, the WWE Women's Championship came from the Raw title, and the Women's World title came from the SmackDown title. So it's, if you want to follow it that way, it's all weird. But
Man,
anyways,
okay. Io
you got
Sky
Io, you got Bailey.
and
You think
Bailey.
Bailey's gonna get a redemption win, or they're gonna keep going with the Io Sky Championship?
Let's see. Lynn. Bailey will lose. She is so annoying.
Of course. Of course.
Bailey is Bay Area legend, so I am gonna go Io Sky because
Okay.
I just like I said, dude. The whole Damage Control versus Bailey storyline, I was very invested because I thought maybe they could bring back what's her face, Sasha Banks as her backup. I thought that would have been a sick ass storyline, but you crushed my dreams that night and said she she was debuting on AEW. So I'm just gonna say they're just gonna sweep this under the rug. This is just gonna be a win for Io Sky.
Yeah, unfortunately, they should have highlighted this a lot better than they did. But but I'm going Bailey. Like this has been her Damage Control has been her thing. This has been her story. She deserves to get that win. Like even they didn't showcase how a Royal Rumble winner should be showcased. This is where they give it to her. They give her that moment. So I see Bailey winning over Io Sky, and I don't know, probably a clean win.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I did not clean win. I'd say it's a convincing win. It was just
convincing win.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good match, but she's just gonna show why she's the champion. You know. Let's see. This match definitely is not important.
Who said that? Oh, of course, Lynn. Yeah.
And then Romeo said, I don't see DP cashing in for the other two main belts. Too many big dogs ahead of him that are way more interesting. Here's the thing. Can DP cash in on a woman's belt?
There has been a male women's champion before, but let's not talk about that.
I'm gonna say DP. I'd like to see DP try to cash in for a main belt. This is why I think Judgment Day is gonna at some point fracture, and
oh yeah,
DP is like the way he wrestles is so powerful that I think he needs to be on his own, and him having Razor's Edge as his like one of his main moves is pretty dope, and I think that needs to have a belt. You know what I mean? Using that move in the ring is historic, and I think DP could do a lot better on his own, to be honest. This whole Judgment Day thing, I think it's just weird. You got a guy with like small arms and a big head, and this other dude that they don't fit. It doesn't make sense that, like, this group of bandits are together. You know, I just don't get it. You know,
the Judgment Day storyline has cooled off a little bit. Like Truth helped, give it some new legs, but it kind of gone off course with what they were trying to do. Well, we'll get into the Money in the Bank. Like all these, the briefcase, the world titles all factor in. So now we're getting into the
big matches.
Final bulk, the big matches. All right, so I'm gonna structure this. All right, let's first. Okay, so night one's main event.
Okay.
The tag team match: Cody Rhodes,
Seth freaking Rollins.
Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. We'll do that. Then we'll do the world title with Seth, and then
Cody
versus Roman, because all three of these are intertwined. and let's add in the Money in the Bank, whether or not it's gonna happen
Okay.
somewhere in there. So, uh, who's your pick, and how do you think it's gonna happen for the night one main event?
Night one main
Roman-
event
Mhm.
tag again. Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins versus Rock and Roman Reigns. The Rock and Roman Reigns win. And
Who gets pinned?
who gets pinned? Seth Rollins gets pinned. 100%.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. It's not because of anything crazy. It's I think it's gonna be because it's gonna be a great match. Well, let me backpedal a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be a great match because we don't know how Rock is gonna be, how athletic the Rock is gonna be in this match. If he's gonna be able to do the things he used to do, stuff like that, and it's all gonna be dependent on how good he wrestles. Okay. I think
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, in the story of this, Seth Rollins is gonna make some sort of mistake, or Cody gets distracted, and then Seth Rollins is gonna get his ass kicked, or like what's his move again? The stomp.
Curb stomp. The curb, formerly known as the curb stomp.
So the stomp, it's gonna get reversed into some sort of spear or rock bottom, and it's a mistake on his part. So he's gonna get pinned, and I'm not saying it's gonna fracture him and Cody's relationship, but it's gonna end of him looking at Cody like, I'm sorry. I'm like he's devastated, and I think that's how it's gonna end. Well, that's so the Universal title is gonna be under Bloodline rules, 100%.
Yeah. Can't disagree with that either. Like, I'm gonna say Cody gets pinned.
Okay.
It's his story, and for Seth to be the one who gets pinned, it doesn't. It will affect his match with Drew, but this has always been about Cody and Roman, so it just adds to that layer of how much more Cody has to overcome in that main event on night 2. So yeah, but we're gonna get bloodline rules. You don't introduce a stipulation. It's the whole check off guns thing. You're gonna introduce a variable in the beginning. You better show it, and that you better use it by the final act. So Cody and Seth loses. Cody gets pinned, and we get bloodline rules agreed on night 2 main event.
Okay.
Any other notes you have for this match?
Romney just said, I feel the overall consensus on the internet is that the predictable result is Bloodline wins night 1 and Cody finishes the story against all odds night 2, obviously, right? But some outside influence helping Cody and Seth night 1 would be great. And I'm going to run with that because I think there's only one person that I would love to see not influence them to win, but it would have to be Gold Dust. Because that's the only way. If we're gonna keep it in the family, family's gotta be family. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be sick too. I know everyone.
There are Cody Rhodes. Go ahead.
No, I've seen people talk to like Tony Khan saying like do the right thing, you know, and let him appear at Mania or something like that. But I don't know this. I don't know the logistics and shit about that. I've just seen that on the interwebs. So
that would be nice, like Cody Rhodes to have his brother there, and like they have they brought a couple of Cody Rhodes guys from AEW that are now in WWE.
Oh,
so
really?
They're Sean Spears. They were rivals, but he was one of Cody's friends in the back in the locker room. So I could see maybe him helping out if they need more support, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else.
Mama Rose Superman punches Roman for the win. Dude, if Mama Rose, that'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely insane.
Have you been well, before we even mention the final card, so okay, so we're in agreement that Seth and Cody loses. How will the world title look like Drew versus Seth?
I think Seth loses.
I think Seth loses?
I think Seth. Here's the thing. This is my theory. Okay, Rhea Ripley beats the man, right?
Yeah.
And Seth loses the title, so they have more time to spend with their family. I'm talking about like outside the
Oh.
camera. I think that's what they're
Yeah.
we're building towards,
Okay.
so they can have time to spend with their daughter, all that stuff, and I just think the devastation of losing in night one distracts Seth Rollins, and that's Drew McIntyre. But Drew McIntyre is going to win in front of the crowd finally, but it'll still have this asterisk again of that he had wrestled night one and totally destroyed his confidence, and then that's why Drew's going to be like, I told you to not stain this belt, all that bullshit they've been talking all these weeks and stuff. So that's what I'm feeling, but I definitely feel that title will change hands that night, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I don't care.
You don't, I mean,
I
yeah.
don't care. Keep it on Seth. Keep it on Seth.
Mhm.
Keep it on Seth. I'm gonna have 2 Money in the Bank predictions or
Ooh,
theories.
okay.
Keep it on Seth. He loses, or Seth wins. Seth wins at Mania, but on Raw, Drew and him have a moment, like, they try to, better man one, blah blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
but then Drew blasts him with the Glasgow kick, or no, not the it's not, sorry, mixing up finishers, the Claymore,
The Claymore.
and then so this is one potential cash in. He does the Claymore after their hug it out or whatever fake out, and then Damien cashes in and wins the title on Raw.
Hey, wait, he beats Drew? Or he
No,
beats Seth?
no. He beats Seth.
Okay.
So in that regard,
Interesting.
so
Okay.
that's one theory of how they could use the cash in. But yeah, I could care less. Like I'd rather have Seth win than Drew.
Okay.
And then that gives Damian Priest and McIntyre, like, okay, that gives them their world title match because Drew did him a favor, and that will lead up for
Yeah.
Damien's first match with Drew versus Drew. So that's one way I think
Okay.
cash in could happen and set it up for Raw and forward.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Now, the main event: Cody versus Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodline rules.
We should predict this match 2 ways: with bloodline rules, without bloodline rules. If it would even matter, I don't know if it would even matter, but I think
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Set it up. I don't know what else is there to set up. But
okay, let's talk about, all right. So without bloodline rules, so it's just straight up, no bloodline, whatever. That's the key.
No bloodline?
No bloodline, but shenanigans. Like all the wrestling journalists online are saying, regardless bloodline rules or not, I think this is gonna be the most overbooked match. Like so many like as Attitude Era or as shenanigan based main events this could ever be. This is how it's gonna go down with a lot of moving parts here. So if by some way Cody and Seth win, no bloodline.
No bloodline.
How do you think it's gonna go down?
I like what Romeo's saying. He's saying no bloodline rules. Rock betrays Roman, and there's levels to that, because I would definitely say if there's no bloodline rules, it would be, I would say Rock would definitely blame Roman, and then that could add to this whole fuel of bloodline, head of the table, oos, like like family, and this could be the fracture we're looking for. We could have the bloodline, and then we could have the bloodline wolf pack. It'll be sick. It'll be awesome, and but I think I wouldn't say if there's no bloodline rules, I think Roman wins. I think so. And this would be on the same lines of if there was bloodline rules, then Cody wins. But as we get closer to WrestleMania, I can see both outcomes happening in terms of Cody winning, finishing the story, and Roman winning too. Because let's just say let's just say what do they mean by finishing the story? That he gets the title? Not all stories have happy endings, you know. So
Yeah.
what if it's,
Yeah. Well.
this is the story?
Mhm.
So yeah.
No, and that's well, his finish the story thing from last year was basically like this is not the end. Like there's still more story to tell. So, no, and I have a lot of thoughts of Cody being the guy. Cody, well, that's the other thing too. Like, if Cody loses, he never gets an opportunity as a world at the world championship. As long as I think as
You
long
mean
as Roman's the championship or
the universal champion?
any, I think
Any.
the universal. I'm not sure. I forget. They've said a lot of different things as what's gonna happen, but no more opportunities for Cody if he loses.
Mm.
So maybe I don't know if they'll plug that again in the vignettes, but um I agree. If it's bloodline, no bloodline rules, Roman wins, but because then this is something I think could be a potential factor
Mm-hmm.
if a bloodline rules match. Seth betrays Cody for Roman to win. Regardless if it's bloodline rules or no bloodline rules, Seth will betray Cody to help Roman win because it says family, and Roman and Seth were in the Shield, and that was basically family for Roman and Seth.
Shield.
So that's a technicality
Okay.
for one way to Roman
So okay,
to win.
so you're saying Seth Rollins betrays Cody, Roman wins. Now there's a feud between Seth Rollins and Cody again, and now this is a new story.
This is like an even supercharged bloodline.
I only think this happens if Seth retains his title. I can only see that path happening if he retains his title. I can see that.
No, definitely. Like the bloodline has all the titles.
And then
like,
bloodline has all the titles. And then what if then Cody has a feud with Seth Rollins for that belt, right? And let's say somewhere down the line Cody gets it, and now there's this new unification match against Roman and Cody Rhodes for a third time at WrestleMania. I don't know. Has that ever happened? Like 3 WrestleManias in a row, you have the same main event. I don't. But here's the thing: if this were to happen 3 times in a row, it would not be a night 2 main event. It would have to be a night 1 main event for me.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like you're putting both titles together, so maybe it would have to be a night 2. But it's just it doesn't. Yeah. So.
No.
Cody's story got Harry Potter levels. Yeah, we're on the 4th book right now.
Yeah, there's gonna be 4 movies for just 1 book and whatever. But that's just my fun fantasy. That's just the fun booking with having Seth involved. Rebuilding part of the Shield and becoming the jester, the real jester to the Shield, whatever, as a world title. But
yeah, I don't think you play the Shield card without Dean Ambrose, bro.
No, but I'm trying to pay attention to what they've been giving us with the story. Like, only people in the family, only people in the bloodline will be can be at rings or like bloodline rules. So like anybody in the bloodline, who's in the bloodline, Jay, who's been family to Roman, Seth. So like I said, all these wrestling reporters are saying this is going to be the most overbooked. So many people are going to be involved. So
interesting.
So like we already think we're going to get bloodline rules, but like, have you heard the comparisons of what this moment in WWE WrestleMania is compared to?
Are we thinking like the WCW takeover?
No, like a moment in pop culture. This is WWE's version of something that happened in pop culture in the last decade.
Tell me.
So it makes sense to me from being from both fandoms.
Okay.
This is their end game moment.
Oh.
Last year's WrestleMania was Infinity War. Thanos won. Roman Reigns won. Now this is Cody's end game, where he gets to finish his story and wins. But with that moment, like that on your left moment when like all against all odds, all the bloodline, all these people, like all
Okay.
the bloodlines there. Seth betrays them.
Okay.
Jay's out,
Okay.
but then like, and then the people are saying Cena's gonna run in, Austin's gonna run in, um, potentially Goldust could run.
Yes,
Like
gold dust.
they're
Give me gold dust.
like, I don't know for that one's for sure, but they're saying there's gonna be a lot of counters and people getting involved for this to
Interesting.
culminate to Cody finishing
Winning.
his story and you know
I
creating that Avengers Endgame moment.
Okay. Let's run with this. I'm liking this. I'm liking the vibes we got going on right now.
Mhm.
Imagine like, okay, what Roman said, where do you guys think Stone Cold and Cena come in? If they do, people went wild seeing them in that one Rock segment from Raw when he beat the shit out of Cody.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the, you know, like you said, things are done for a reason. Intentional. Everything's
Yeah, done for a
intentional
reason.
because the current buses or trucks, they all have the WrestleManias. Why do they have this one that has Rock and Cena or Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see it. I can see it happening. And then I can see Cody Rhodes on the mic. You know, like his song, right? There's more than one royal family, right? And he has that lisp and stuff. I could see Cena coming out. Be like John Cena, you know, and like Stone Cold coming out. I like Goldust coming out, but man, imagine if Dean Ambrose came out too, and he was all "fuck the Shield," you know, "fuck the Shield," you know, and who would else would be good? Oh my god, I'm trying to think, dude, who else would be good to come out to support him? Hell, I don't know. I can't think of anyone else, but from the old guard, I think that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. DDP. Oh yeah, DDP was another one they said.
Ooh, DDP.
He was a big yeah.
That would be sick.
But yeah, so that's the rumors going on right now. That's how.
Well, Cody has the Cody Cutter, right?
Mhm.
He has a Cody Cutter, Diamond Cutter. Bring him in. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what? Bring Tajiri. Do you remember Tajiri?
Oh, I remember Tajiri, the Japanese buzzsaw, no doubt. Shoot that. Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, there could be a lot of like there could potentially be some AEW people who
Jump ship.
come in like they were able to yeah,
like Adam Copeland.
Probably not.
Whoever that guy is.
Whoever Adam is, yeah, right. But my caveat to this, Cody does get to finish his story. They get their Avengers moment, but what happened to the hero at the end of Endgame?
He died. Spoilers.
He died.
He still loses.
He still loses. And something Judgment Day, Damian Priest said, "Oh, everyone's going to be talking about Judgment Day at the end of WrestleMania." So yeah, Cody wins. But Damian Priest cashes in right at the very end.
They're going to do a Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, they're going to do a SummerSlam Daniel Bryan. No, they're doing a Seth Rollins. Like, you're having all these people, like, involved. I think they're going to have Damian Priest cash in on Cody and to end WrestleMania that way. Because Cody is a better chaser. Yeah, he'll be a great champion, but he's better as the guy who is chasing that title because that's his story. That's his family's story. They've never gotten that title. They've never been given that's what he said. Like, my dad never got this title. My dad never got a world title. And that's why I came back.
Damn. Okay. But here's another thing.
His story.
Watching Raw yesterday when they made a big deal about this. Okay, I don't know how much of a big deal it really is. He's like, my A&E documentary about Roman Reigns. If I lose this match, I'm out of here. Like,
yeah.
How much do you buy into that?
Oh no, I buy into it completely.
Really?
Because however The Rock gets involved, it's just Roman. It's Roman's gonna go away regardless. Regardless if he wins or he loses, he's gonna go away for a while. so he needs a reason to leave. So, and then build up to a Rock and Roman match. So,
Hmm.
I
I don't
think
know.
again, mhm.
Again, night one will determine how much I believe in The Rock in terms of
Mhm.
wanting this Roman Reigns versus The Rock match, you know, because
Mhm.
I'll be honest, like I'm watching Raw yesterday and I'm like, man, I like what happens if you get hurt before WrestleMania? I'd hate to see that happen to anybody, but like I'm just looking at The
Yeah.
Rock and I'm like, dude, this guy's like roided like crazy and he doesn't have that same mobility and I'm just like, do we want to see this man get hurt in the ring in terms of like something tearing or I mean, look at Vince McMahon tearing his
Um,
quads just getting into the ring. You know what I mean?
I,
So
I think he'll be fine because 2 years ago they brought back Austin to Stone Cold Steve Austin against Kevin Owens, and it was basically a uh, a glorified exhibition match, but with basically everybody else is going to make The Rock look very good, so he could do his greatest hits.
right, yeah.
Like he's not going to try to do. He's not going to try to do to anything that's not anything
Here,
not expected out of him, like anything special. He's gonna do what the crowd wants to to show off. So I think he'll be okay. He's not gonna get injured
you
or
know what I want to see though, even
make
for
any
a
mistakes.
brief second. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he used to do the sharpshooter, The Rock?
Yeah,
I'd love to
it's
see him.
very poor sharpshooter,
Yeah,
but
I'd like to see him try to submit somebody. Like I'd love to see him try to put on this sharpshooter on somebody. I think that'll be sick. He probably won't because his cat
yeah, no,
his thigh muscles are fucking humongous, so he can't like do it. So
he'll do it on Seth. He's stringy enough to get that going. But so
I mean,
a
do you want
prediction.
Cody to win? That is the
Oh yeah,
question.
definitely, definitely want Cody to win, but I'm just going off what I'm given and what I'm hearing,
Okay.
and
See,
and I think he's gonna win, but he's gonna fail, because that's the story
that's
of
the
his
road.
family.
That's the curse of the Rhodes family.
That's the Rhodes legacy
Uh,
of being right there.
and
Hell,
not
even having it in his hands, but not holding on to it
not
long enough.
finishing it. Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so
That's interesting. Okay. Now, I can see Cody winning only because of The Rock. Okay. Because in the segment last night with The Rock, and he was showing all those videos of those kids crying because Cody got beat up, and
yeah,
he was all, that makes The Rock sad. The Rock's proud girl dad, blah, 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 blah. You know, and I'm just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, okay. So maybe he's like, I don't know, goes back to being a hero or something, but in terms of like a
Mhm,
selfish hero, because he wants the title, obviously, right? He wants a shot
mhm,
at it. So maybe this is his way of being like, I gave you that title, boy.
mhm,
You give me it. I am earned that time. I've earned a opportunity, boy. You know, because he likes to say
mhm.
boy now all the time, and that could be a way that Cody gets the title. You know, but
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. So, my final prediction. I'll say this: Cody wins, but not in any way we think. It's going to be something
Okay.
completely different. We have no idea, and we're going to be like this when we're watching. We're all going to be like, "Oh, I think that's going to be the look."
Yeah.
We'll be like, "Ooh,
And I hope so, because there's a lot of wild speculation of how this is all gonna go down, and
mm-hmm.
we've trusted Triple H's journey to get Cody here, to get us here, and I don't. My whole thing about the last decade or two of WWE product is that you don't pay it off for your audience, and there's a
damn,
lot more trust and more, let's see where this goes for this current era of WWE. So I think Triple H and his team behind him is gonna give us, like they always say, oh, this is gonna be a mania to always talk about. But I think it's the honest truth. This mania
it's
at
going to
the
be
end of the
huge."
day is gonna be huge. Like they're gonna pull off something that we are gonna have to watch Raw. We're
Yeah,
gonna have to watch SmackDown to see where this new era, this new story is taking us, because
Here's
this is culmination of 4 years basically, since
right.
Roman came back, since Cody came back, since The Rock just came back. Like, this is all built up to this. This upcoming weekend is
Huge.
this is the end game.
The end game. We're
So,
in the end game.
uh,
Let me ask you a
uh,
question though.
mhm.
WWE merch, right?
Yeah,
It's not like NFL, right? Where they make two shirts for both sides because they know the outcome, right? Like
they know the outcome.
there isn't a shirt that out there that's gonna say, "Oh, the story finished" or "New story begins now," and like some kids in like Zimbabwe have these shirts, right?
No, no,
There's
no,
no
no,
way.
no, no. No way,
I
no
just
way.
thought about
Well,
that.
they'll they'll have a mock-up. They'll put a
Mhm.
graphic online
So,
or
but I mean,
something
like, there
like
won't
that.
be
Like,
shirts sold in the arena after that match is over, of like some sort of
no, no, no,
championship.
no.
No.
They it's like any other event. They have to close shops.
Hmm.
Um, like
Okay.
in the main event, or yeah. So
Gotcha. Okay.
but there will be T-shirts at the World, at their Fan Fest and Raw, and yeah.
Right.
So next day there'll be T-shirts. So
Okay. So, final prediction, man. What is it?
Cody, Roman loses, Cody wins, Damian Priest cashes in, because Cody's story is not a happy ending.
Not a happy ending.
It's not a happy ending.
Damn. Okay. You go not happy. I'm just gonna say he's gonna win, but not in the way we think, and
Mhm.
we'll see what happens. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Wrestle Mania. Let's see. What if The Rock doesn't necessarily betray Roman, but he oversteps with his demands on the other bloodline members, and Roman really shows he's about his family, tries to confront The Rock, and then bam, Cody wins. I would hate that ending.
That's the ending we're getting. Romeo said it. It's gonna happen that way.
It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. But I think Cody wins.
No, I agree. I want Cody to win. I think he wins. But it's just
I would not
gonna
want
be a good
DP
ending.
to. I do not want DP to come in and take it right out of his hands. Because give like you said, he's wrestling royalty. Give him the 15 minutes, man. Like, I understand with the whole Daniel Bryan thing. Like I get it. Like, he had his opportunity, he had his limelight, but do not do it to someone like Cody Rhodes. That's just my thing.
Mhm.
I would hate that. I would be so sad for. I mean, I wouldn't be sad because we all know it's like predetermined and all that stuff, but
Right, yeah.
maybe in terms of like a showman, I'd be like, wow, Cody is up scale kind of guy that he allowed that to happen to his story, and
Mhm.
kudos to him if that were to happen. But man, I just don't know if my personal ego would allow that, to be honest. So
No, I could. Yes, we need him to finish the story, but think of how much more there is to talk about if he doesn't, or if he does.
I just think if he doesn't finish the story, what are we going to talk about anymore? Like, who cares about Cody Rhodes now? Like, you obviously can't do it. You know what I mean? That's why I think if you lose like in my opinion, like just like in boxing or like MMA or whatever, you fight twice, you lose twice. Why do you get a third fight? You know what I mean? So if you lose one, you win one, then I could see why we get a third fight, because then it's like the rubber match. Who gets the clear victory? You know what I mean? So
I'm also gonna put this out there on top, like you saying that, well, because Roman isn't the final boss. You could beat Roman, but who's calling himself the final boss?
yeah,
So I don't know. There's a lot of ways this could go for Cody, for all four of these guys.
yeah. I mean,
But
they're building it up so much for a Cody win, like all the beat
they are.
ups and
But they did that. They did the same thing last year too.
yeah, but not
So
to this extent though. Like
No.
the final boss, and then okay, anytime in these shows where they're like, Cody Rhodes will not be here because he's not been medically cleared. It's like he's gonna be here later. Like we're just getting you ready. Or where he goes like, I'm gonna go leave and write the speech for the wise man. Like I'm leaving. Like he's definitely not leaving for sure. I thought that was so
Yeah.
dumb. But like, wait, was he under the ring when that happened?
No, no.
Did he run?
Oh, Roman was.
Was Roman under
Roman
the?
was underneath.
That's-
Roman was underneath the ring.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
They never showed it, so you just had no idea where he came from.
He was under there for like 30 minutes. Uh,
So like, but like
What?
in real life though,
mhm.
everyone would have seen him get under the ring, right? Or is there a trap door under the
Um,
ring that they could
No,
get
no,
to?
he probably he came down in as a ring crew,
Oh,
during yeah
when they changed the
when
mat, huh?
yeah, when they changed the mat, like they're all dressed in black and whatever. So like the
The
changed the
charades.
mat. Yeah, yeah. We could talk about the production details another time. But so Cody wins.
Cody wins.
Cody wins. We'll say that.
I'd say Cody
Whatever
wins,
happens,
but it feels like I feel like I'm gonna get like my chair pulled out of me. You know what I mean? From behind.
like it's not gonna be yeah, it's not gonna be cut and dry, or it's not gonna be straightforward, and there's gonna be a swerve or a surprise
Yeah.
that makes us. They want this to be. They always say the biggest WrestleMania ever, but they want this one to be really the biggest WrestleMania ever. So they're gonna do something to make us like, damn, they just did that. So
It's a solid number too, 40. Like
yeah,
you have to do something good for a round number like that. So
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm not. I'm
It's gonna be
yeah.
fun.
I'm ready to see how everything unfolds this weekend.
Are we
But
gonna do the thing, JP?
yeah,
On
yeah. I think
night-
I'm gonna.
You're gonna set that up.
I'll probably set it up for both nights. Just
Okay. All
yeah.
right. So
I'll set it up.
what I'm trying to ask JP is, we are probably gonna be doing a live react to WrestleMania on
Yes.
Saturday and Sunday. We won't be showing WrestleMania because that's illegal, but
Yes.
you will see our live reactions. JP's on night 1. I'll be there for night 2 because duty calls. But
Duty calls.
it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I haven't been excited for this. I don't think I've been this excited for WrestleMania since Rock versus Cena at Destino.
Damn,
That was
a
like
long time ago.
That was funny
Yeah.
too. Funny
That was
WrestleMania
10
story.
years ago. That was 10 years ago.
Funny WrestleMania story. We were at JP's house watching this, and we're like, we're gonna take a shot for every time they do a finisher, The Rock or Cena, and then we said we're gonna take a double shot if the other person does the other person's finisher.
Yeah, that
And
was horrible.
I think we took a total of like 6 shots because I
Yeah.
think they both ended up doing each other's finisher once,
Mm-hmm.
and then they both did each other's own finisher twice, so it ended or once each. Yeah.
I should have warned you guys that
I
for the
know.
main events in the modern era, they spam the hell out of it. It is basically a video game at that point.
It was fun
Um,
though. It was a good time.
But anyway, so we'll figure out drinking games for this weekend. But yeah. Any final thoughts, Kev? Anything you missed? Or...
No, I'm really excited. But it just sucks that we have to watch SmackDown on Friday still. I don't know. I feel like these weeks they should forego an extra show just to build the momentum.
You know, we did. Well, it kind of is like SmackDown now has Andre the Giant Battle Royale. It follows the Hall of Fame, or it leads into the Hall of Fame. So it's lightweight filler, lightweight. Just recap in a sense. Real quick. This is a horrible way to end it, but who do you want to win? Any random wrestler in the current roster to win the Battle Royale?
What do they get if they win?
Big trophy of Andre the Giant and their name on the trophy.
So nothing pertaining to WrestleMania?
No, just their this year's Battle Royale winner.
Let me think, and then you give me your pick.
I'm gonna say Chad Gable because he deserves something.
Oh, Chad
logical
Gable.
choice.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Give me one of the what are the wrestling dudes?
The brothers.
The brothers. What is that group called again? Oh God.
I forget.
Oh, God. Or who's the guy coming up from NXT? That's hella crazy. Bronson? No.
Oh, Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. Yeah.
Give it to him. He needs a pop.
Okay.
If he's in it, give him Braun Breaker. That'd be sick.
All right. Oh no, yeah, he's on SmackDown now. Yeah,
SmackDown, yeah.
They'll probably go to.
That'd be sick.
All right. Well, that's every match for this WrestleMania week
that we know of
our prediction that we know of. But yeah, thanks for joining us on our predictions, and hope to see you guys watching WrestleMania.
Yeah, we'll be watching WrestleMania this weekend. Make sure you guys subscribed. We gained 1 subscriber, guys. We're at 8. We appreciate it. The goal by next Tuesday is to get to 10. So 2 of you who are not subscribed, just fucking subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.